Why do intersections naturally cause conflict? Know how and when to yield the right of way. Know how to judge the amount of space and time to enter traffic safely. Define right of way. What is right of way? The term right of way describes the privilege of having immediate use of a certain part of a roadway. You have the right of way only when the other drivers give it to you. It is not something you can take. Laws determine you must yield. Yield when others want to go first. Yield to prevent a collision. Yield to be courteous. Describe the situations in which the driver must yield the right of way. Knowing the right of way laws will help you make safe decisions. Yield at stop signs to pedestrians in or near the crosswalk, all traffic on the through street. So on this picture, the grayish blue cars do not have a stop sign, so they have the right of way. The pedestrian has the right of way. Yield at fresh green lights to pedestrians still in a crosswalk or vehicles still in the intersection. Yield coming from an alley, driveway, or private roadway to pedestrians and all vehicles on the street. Yield at all yield signs to pedestrians in or near crosswalks or all vehicles on the cross street. Yield to emergency vehicles, sounding a siren or using a flashing light. Stop clear of the intersection close to the curb. Wait for the emergency vehicle to pass. And sometimes in a driver's ed car, this happens. A kid will be driving and an ambulance will come and they'll slam on brakes. That's not what you do. You make a concerted effort to get out of the way, but you can't slam on brakes. Yield when turning left at any intersection to all pedestrians in your turn path and all oncoming vehicles that are at all close. So the yellow car's turning left, it shows the little blinker on. The grayish blue car is coming straight. You have to yield to the gray blue car and to the little guy walking. Yield at four-way stops to all pedestrians in or near crosswalks, vehicles that arrive first, a car from the right if you arrive at the same time. So you guys arrive at the same time, the bluish-grayish car has the right of way. Plus you've got to wait on that pedestrian. Yield at uncontrolled intersections to pedestrians, any car that has entered the intersection, a vehicle from the right if you both arrive at the same time. An uncontrolled intersection is an intersection that does not have any signs. When deciding whether to yield or not to yield, remember, do not cause those to whom you should yield to slow, stop, or change their path of travel. Traffic signs only show you who should yield the right of way. They do not stop traffic for you. Do not assume others will always yield to you. Many times it is better to yield the right of way even when the law requires the other driver to yield. Predict how long it's going to take to cross and join traffic. Judging the size of a gap. Before entering a street after stopping, you must find and judge a large enough gap in traffic. A gap is the distance between two vehicles. Will you have time to enter or pass through traffic safely? The size of a gap that you need depends on the maneuver you plan to make and the speed of oncoming traffic. Does it take more time to turn left, right, or pass through traffic? I'll let you look at that little table right there about how long it takes. Turning right or left into lanes of other traffic is called joining traffic. Accelerate to the speed of the through traffic without interfering with the flow of traffic. The faster traffic is moving, the larger your gap must be. To turn right into traffic, you need a larger gap than you do to cross traffic. Turning right and accelerating to 30 miles an hour takes about 6 seconds. Why is joining left to join traffic more dangerous than turning right? Obvious reason, because you've got to cut across traffic. What is meant by yielding the right of way? List 2 factors that determine how big a gap must be before entering an intersection.